Hi, I'm Nolan Pace from Walhalla, South Carolina, and I play at Oconee Country Club. Welcome to Golf Smarter.
Hi, this is Sal Papero from Mount Elgin, Ontario, Canada, and I play at Oxford Hills Golf Club. This is Golf Smarter number 1026.
This is a bit strange, but I understand the very basic correlation between sound and body movement. If I'm correct on this, he also presented a study done by Yale University, confirming that there is a correlation between body movement and sound. The field is called sonification. When I see a body motion, I will hear a sound. And so that I will then make a sound pattern for this specific swing, and I'll send it back to the client, and he'll write back, that's perfect, helps me a lot. And so we're anchoring a very good swing. And then we have then also our online coaching, and there we can then address a specific problem in 15 minutes or less. Unless a golfer can come with his instructor. The instructor will tell me, hey, I want this person to turn here or whatever. And I'll give them a sound pattern for that.
Find your best tempo and rhythm to achieve a repeatable swing with Chia Chou of Audio Golf.
This is Golf Smarter, sharing stories, tips, and insights from great golf minds to help you lower your score and raise your golf IQ. Here's your host, Fred Green.
Welcome to the Golf Smarter podcast, Chia.
Thank you, Fred. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, well, it's great to have you on because this is going to be a fascinating topic. I've always had a thing about rhythm and tempo and trying to get that locked in. And you have developed a new program for putting that is all about tempo and rhythm.
Well, Fred, it's not just about putting. It's about all aspects of the golf game, everything.
Oh.
Bunker, drives, short game, everything. It can be applied to everything.
Excellent. And let's just kind of dig into what we're talking about here, because this is going to be something that I think a lot of people don't understand the rhythm and tempo of a golf swing. We had talked many years ago, multiple times, to a gentleman, John Novosel, who created the Tour Tempo program. And I've always, in my head, have had that rhythm in my head all the time. I grew up around music. I played music as a kid. I was a drummer, so my tempo, I can lock it in.
Yes.
I can lock my tempo in.
Yes.
So it's another reason why I was kind of excited to see about your program.
Great.
So how did you get to create this program? What motivated this? Well,
if I'm going to go to the very beginning, it's actually a long story. You can take this out afterwards.
Oh, no, we've got time.
Okay. I grew up in Toronto, in Canada, and I come from a family of doctors, and my mom made me take piano lessons as a kid. I wasn't too hot on that. But when I was 16, I got intrigued by it, and I said, okay, I want to try and maybe become a world-class international concert pianist. So I left Toronto and I went to Germany. At the time, there was still West Germany. And I entered a major music academy there. And after about 2 months, I made two discoveries that were a little bit disturbing. The first discovery I made was everybody at this academy was better trained than I was. So that was one small problem.
How did you get into the academy? Just like, I want to be a concert.
Well, I auditioned, of course, and they took me.
But so you had already been playing.
Oh, yes. I've been playing it. I had taken piano lessons since I was 4, but I never really took it seriously. I wasn't really interested. So when I was 16, I tried, I got interested, and at 17, I went to Germany. And I entered this academy, and I found out that, first of all, everybody was better trained than I was. That was the first problem. And secondly, everybody was more talented than I was. Okay, there are two small problems there. And it wasn't just this academy. We're not even talking about London, Paris, New York, Moscow, and the rest of the world. So I realized immediately that even practicing 7-8 hours a day wasn't going to get me past these people. They were so far ahead of me, and they were practicing 7-8 hours a day too.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized quickly I have only two alternatives. I had two options. One, I can quit and go back home, okay, give up a dream of becoming a pianist, which my mom would have liked. She wanted me to become a doctor.
Of course she did.
And the second alternative option I had was I search for and find a shortcut. Okay? I was desperate. It was basically, there has to be a way, instead of practicing something technical for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, there has to be a way to solve this problem like in 10, 15 minutes. Okay? Now, Fred, I'll be honest, I was
there, and I'm sure there was no internet at the time to go, how do I solve this problem in 10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah, well, again...
When did reality kick in?
Well, anyway, I started, instead of this sort of mindless practicing, which, by the way, as a musical professor, I see this all the time. Instead of practicing something and hoping that it will get better, I began really carefully observing myself when I made the mistake. Why do I make this mistake? And okay. Anyway, so I began looking for the shortcut. Okay. And anyway, 4 years later, I am 21. I win first prize at the Sydney International Piano Competition. I win first prize.
Wow, congratulations.
Well, yes. Well, it was at the time, everybody was a little surprised, I must confess. And for me, this win in Sydney sort of set my career. In the arts business, you only have to win one big one. I mean, nobody's expecting Leonardo DiCaprio to win every year the best actor Oscar. Nobody's expecting that. Again, Novacek and Rory and all these other people have to regularly win to stay on top. But in the arts business, and like I said, this one win got me the agents, got me to become professor, got me recording contracts. So that was it. So anyway, these shortcuts, which I developed for myself, and now as professor in a major academy in Austria, I pass these on to my students, and it works. It works for them. I've got kids in all the major orchestras in Europe, and they've got recording contracts. This works.
So wait a second. You skipped winning to being a professor? Well,
yes. I mean, with the win, of course, I got all these concerts, recording contracts. And then the university starts saying, hey, maybe we should get this guy to work for us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was very important. But the main thing is that these are all using shortcuts, so to speak, music shortcuts. Mm-hmm. And about 10 years ago, just by coincidence, I was asked by an athlete, at the time a marathon runner, if I could help him. And I said, I don't know anything about marathon running, but if you were a pianist or a violinist, if you wanted to play faster, I would give you this mental shortcut. Okay. And we tested it. He first ran a kilometer, which is about 0.62 miles, I think, in 3 minutes, 20 seconds. And I gave him the shortcut. We practiced it together for about 15 seconds, and he runs back. And he crosses the line. And he tells me he's 17 seconds faster. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, that's significant in one try.
Significant. And we were both just blown away. And that's how this all started. We started this project trying to understand how can shortcuts from classical music help athletes. That's how this all started. That's how I never. Wow. And then in 2018, I was doing a writing seminary in Berlin. And after the seminary, this man comes up, JJ, you've been in contact with him. JJ comes up to me and says, hey, would this work in golf? I said, I don't know it. I guess so. It's worked with every other sport I've tried it on. So that's how we got it. Been in golf since 2018, 2019.
Wow. And what was it that you helped this golfer with initially? How did that get started? And what did you recognize?
JJ himself wasn't a golfer. He was just fascinated by the idea that we could apply this technique to golf.
To golf, I see. And,
so he made me test it on about hundreds of golfers, hundreds of problems, hundreds of issues. And we were, I think, able to fix all of them. And then he said, okay, let's get going. Let's get started. Okay. And we started the company in Miami and came to the PGA show in Orlando in 2020. And during the show,
good time to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and already at the PGA show, we were hearing about this cruise ship off San Francisco they weren't letting like into port because of some sort of sickness, some strange sickness that was on board. So we lost 2 years. Like we couldn't enter the U.S. for about 2 years. So I've been here.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's
okay. As we're recording this,
mm-hmm.
I know you kind of made it clear that you're not a huge sports person, but as we're recording this, the Toronto Blue Jays have just gone ahead of the LA Dodgers 3-2, and I'm from LA originally.
Yes.
You're from Toronto originally.
Yes. Sorry.
Do you want to lay a bet on this? I'm a Shohei Ohtani fan, not a Dodger fan. Okay, so let's get to figuring out how you decided that this could be a program that will work for every golfer.
Well, first of all, there's one very important thing. I mean, like I said, the system is based. Okay, it's a rhythm-based training that uses sound phrases. Okay, to help golfers improve their core fundamentals, like for more consistent swings, speed control in putting, increased club head speed in driving, everything. And not only that, we can incorporate these into these phrases, things like how to do the weight shift, when to do the weight shift, how to turn more. Okay, everything can be incorporated into these sound phrases. It's that simple.
We need to figure out the best way to introduce this program that you've developed, because we want people to get access to it. And it's a very, very easy access to this program through the website. And you just load it up on your phone and it takes care of itself from that point on. And we'll talk more about it, but let's talk about what the program does. Can you walk us through the start of this? And again, I don't want you to give away everything here on this podcast because we want people to look into this program. But let's talk about the introduction to it.
Well, the program is based on, we have courses that you can purchase online, and they guide you through putting distances, to the short game, for drive, club heading, drive stability, and then club head increase. There's all kinds of things that are there. Those are the courses that you can buy. And we have another part of the program for, I would say, better golfers with a 15 handicap and less, mm-hmm. Where you can then upload a video and say, for example, I get this a lot from very good golfers. Yeah. They say, okay, this is a perfect a 3/4 swing, a short game, a pitch, but under pressure in a tournament, this screws up completely. Okay, I get confused, I get too fast, or whatever. And can you tell me the sound pattern you're hearing when I do this? Okay. And this is the thing, Fred, this is a bit strange, but when I see in sports a body motion, any motion, I will hear a sound. It's kind of a weird thing. And so that I will then make a sound pattern for this specific swing, and I'll send it back to the client, and he'll write back, or she'll write back, that's great, that's perfect, helps me a lot. And so we're anchoring, so to speak, a very good swing. And then we have then also our online coachings, which are about 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And there we can then address a specific problem. A very good golfer will come and book a session, and we'll solve the problem in 15 minutes or less. And or less, a golfer can come with his instructor. So the two of them, and the instructor will tell me, hey, I want this person to do this. I want him to turn here or whatever. And I'll give them a sound pattern for that.
When I mentioned John Novosel and Tour Tempo earlier, you nodded as if to say, yeah, of course.
Of course.
So you are familiar with his work?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So how much research did you do, looking back on this issue, and we're going to stay with golf, not other sports, versus just trusting your gut, doing what you did for music, I can do this for sports, and we'll just let it rip from there.
Well, again, when I first started out, I was with this marathon runner. We were both completely astounded that this would work.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it wasn't so much that within 2 minutes I'm giving you a bigger muscle mass. It's all in your head. And I think basically, nowadays with our ideas about and knowledge about nutrition, about biomechanics and all kinds of things, I think in a way the brain is the last frontier.
Mm-hmm. Kinesiology, yeah, absolutely. So did you alter once you started doing this research behind it? Did you start altering what you were doing, or you just trusted yourself and what you've developed?
Well, I trusted myself what we developed, because how can I say it? I don't know anything else than expecting.
That's the way to say it.
The music and like I said, I think there's one thing I do understand, but like I said, I don't know where I got this. I understand the very basic correlation between sound and body movement. There is a correlation. It's been studied scientifically by many scientists, done enough papers on this. The field is called sonification, and I think if I'm correct on this, I think Mr. Novosel for his recent tour tempo rollout, he also presented a study done by Yale University. Okay, confirming that there is a connect between body movement and sound.
Absolutely. Yes, and it was Yale University. Last time we spoke to him, he talked about that his research had all been confirmed by a college study, so that was amazing. All right, let's start talking about what it is now and how to do it. And just if you can run through your introduction on this, I would love to hear more.
Well, again, like I said, Fred, as you probably guessed, the idea is so out of the box. It's so crazy that it's at the beginning was difficult for us to get people to just even listen to us.
Sure.
I remember, preparing our 2020 trip. I was calling, golf clubs and talking to, senior instructors, head of instruction. Yes, I've got this idea about controlling golf swings using sound. And the basic response was, I don't need that. Okay. So, and eventually by time after getting like meetings with Brad Faxon and Mark Immelman and others, okay, we finally were able to get testimonials and endorsements that were substantial. So we're much better. It's getting easier. Okay.
Yeah. So, your testimonials are very impressive.
Thank you very much. So again, it's like I said, we know this. We know that most people think this is crazy. It's some kind of scam. Trust me, it's not. But we want to make the threshold as low as possible for people who are skeptical. And by the way, I love convincing skeptics. That's the most fun of all. Okay. And if you're skeptical, then the easiest thing to get convinced, I hope, is just to visit our website, audio.golf, and take the 2 free tests that are on there. Okay. That's it. And
all right. I paint me skeptical. Let's go here. Come on. You've got my attention now. You need to make it work. Go.
Okay. Well,
especially if it's a free test, you can do that right now too.
You could, yes, I can do it right now too. Well, one of the things is the basic idea in audio golf is that there's a connect between a specific movement, okay, be it a 20-foot putt or a 40-yard pitch, and a sound. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example now that actually comes from tennis, but that's not important right now. I want you to, Fred, put your hand in front of your chest, about 20 inches in front of your chest, with your palm facing towards your chest, and pull it gently towards yourself, like this. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. Gently towards yourself. Gently.
Okay. Well, I'm only doing it so people can hear what.
Okay.
That's so from my outstretched hand to
Yes, to your chest. So touch your chest.
outstretched hand to.
Yes, like this.
All right, so that's
And
how long it takes.
When I see somebody doing this, I hear the sound am. So I want you to say am and do the movement. Yeah. So was that hard? Was that hard to learn?
No,
Okay.
I was a quick study on this one. Do I get an A, Professor?
So okay. Now I claim this motion and this sound are connected. Okay. Now I want you to prove to me, and by the way, prove to your whole audience that I'm full of it. And I want you to show me that you can say but do the exact opposite motion. Okay? Instead of soft towards you, I want you to take your hand near your chest and rip it away very quickly, but saying at the same time.
Okay. Hang on. I'm going to do this here. No, I'm not.
You've changed the sound. You've gone from to
Oh, you're right. I have.
I want you to say the sound correctly, but do the exact opposite.
Right? Is that All right,
Relax.
I'll try it with my hand. Yeah, it's really difficult to do. Yeah, I can't do them together either.
No, nobody can. I've been doing this for like 8-9 years now. Nobody can do it. It can't be done.
Okay.
And this is really fascinating because, and this is what's really fascinating about this, the sound is so powerful. Okay? The sound is so powerful. You can't ignore it. Okay? And you can't consciously override it. Because if you could do it. You could say, and just rip it. But nobody can do it. Either you change the sound, like in half the cases, people change the sound. You go, instead of And in the other cases, people just, like you did at the very beginning, you were just sort of frozen. Your brain wouldn't let you do it. It's a weird feeling, by the way. It's a weird, I see this all the time. People are sort of like frozen and their brains they can't move their hand. They can't do anything.
Previously on Golf Smarter, Fred was stuck at I'm still trying to, even during our break here, I'm still trying to, but it can't be done.
Can't be done. I've never met anybody who can do it.
Oh, well, then why am I trying so hard? No need to do that.
You're skeptic.
All right, so what's the correlation here? What are you teaching me? Now that I know that I can do it from out to my chest at a easy pace, but I can't do the reverse, how's this helping?
Well, again, the basic idea behind it is that once you hear the sound and you let your brain follow the sound, okay, then basically once you've connected a sound, specific motion, the movement will happen every time, consistently. Okay, that's the basic idea. Okay, and we've tested it, and like I said, if you want, and one of the giveaways we have in our courses is the 15-foot putt sound, the Yala bam, okay, which is basically you go Yala, and when just commonly say Yala, and when the sound stops, the sound of your voice stops, your putter stops. So it's Yala bam. It's very simple.
So your backstroke is Yala.
Yeah.
And you pull the club away at the beginning of Ya.
Yeah.
So it's Yala.
Perfect.
And your end of your backstroke at the end of Yala.
Yeah, right.
And then Bam.
The B in Bam is the actual strike, the putt.
It's when you make contact. So so you start your forward swing after Yala.
Exactly.
Bam.
Yes.
Yala. Bam.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm missing something here.
No, but I just saw something right now, Fred, because you spoke about that you are probably a bit further than it's intended. Okay. There's a rhythm built in there as well. Okay. And if you listen carefully, it's Yala bam.
Yala bam.
So it's Yala bam.
Bam. Yalla bam.
That's it. Okay. And that's it. And basically, it's very simple because, for example, we've tested it. Most people get around 15 feet. Apart from this, on a flat, middle fast green, stimmed 9 or 10. Okay, not uphill, not downhill, but on a flat green. And some people get 17 feet, some people get 14 feet. But the main thing is that it's consistent. Okay,
right.
That's the main thing.
So that's what we're looking for: is a consistent distance with Yalla Bam.
Yes, exactly. Well,
okay.
Let's put it this way. Let's imagine. I don't think it exists, but they have in tennis, like they have these machines that throw a serve at you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think it exists, but I think let's imagine there was a putting machine. You put it on the green, and there's a striking plate, and you can dial it in to hit the ball, let's say 4.2 miles an hour. Okay, dial it in, and the plate hits the ball every time 4.2 miles an hour. So we would actually assume that the ball will drill out every time at the same distance. Am I right?
Yeah, I would think so, right?
That's right. That's the if it's the same green, of course, and whatever.
Yeah, right. All things being equal.
Okay, so basically, I can get anybody to putt 4.2 miles an hour. I know it sounds crazy, but basically, how is velocity calculated? It's overcoming a certain distance in a certain time. So in your case, if you're going back, 14 inches, and you're covering 14 inches every time in 0.37 seconds, your club head speed is going to be the same. Plus, minus, we're humans.
Right.
Okay? So basically, that's it. There's Yalla Bam, there's no voodoo, there's no esoteric, stuff involved. It's just, there's science, but it's hidden, of course.
Okay. And now, so this program is not just for putting.
No. The program is...
And Yalla Bam is just for one distance, correct?
Yes.
We just use it for that. You just lock it in for that one distance. You don't use it for short putts. You don't use it for extra long putts.
No. This is, I think, what makes it very interesting. There are other methods. There are other rhythm methods who say that, for example, 3-1, for example, can be used on all kinds of things. Again, I think it's Yalla Bam. By the way, if you've noticed, if you've been an observer, I'm sure you have been, you'll notice that the Yalla Bam, there's a 2-to-1 ratio built in. 2-to-1 tempo ratio. Okay? Okay. Now, the question is, perhaps with you, Yalla, you'll take it back 14 inches. Maybe somebody will only take it back 11 inches. Okay? But the thing is, this person will do this or should do this every time the same. Okay? So it's like, we think like medicine. If I get a headache, I take one, Tylenol. I take one, but maybe you need two. Okay? For the efficacy. So that's basically how this works. And for Yalla Bam is like the 15-foot putt sound. And if we're doing like a 50-foot putt sound, it will be a different sound pattern. It will be different.
Okay. And how many sound patterns do you provide?
Well, basically, if somebody was interested in doing everything, we're talking about 20 to 25.
Okay.
Okay.
And it covers not just putting; it covers all different strokes.
Short game, we've got a sound for 3/4 swing, a half swing, driver, bunker, everything. And those are just.
And is it all on the 2-to-1 ratio?
No, it's not. Well, I'll tell you a very personal story. I had the honor of meeting Brad Faxon about 3 years ago. And he said, let's meet up, and he wanted to hear what I was doing. And one of the first things I had to ask him, I said, Brad, look, I know it's too early, but everybody talks about, the PGA putting ratio is all the pros putt 2-to-1. Okay, that's the mantra that it has to be 2-to-1. But I said, Brad, if you've got a good player, he's a good putter, and he's putting 2.2-to-1, or he's putting 1.85-to-1, are you going to change that? And he said, of course not. Okay, like if it's not broken, don't fix it. So basically, this 2-to-1 is just a guideline. I would even say with tour tempo, it's a guide. But the question is, I've even seen machines in Germany where if you're putting and it's not 2-to-1, these red lights will go on. It has to be 2-to-1. That's getting you 2-to-1. I don't necessarily see the point in that. And I'd like to see somebody do a 60-foot putt using 2-to-1. I find that very, very difficult.
So how effective are all the different rhythms, tempos that you provide? Have you found that some work better than others, or consistently across the board they're working well? Where do you find your sweet spot?
Well, we find at the beginning, we find that the putting sounds are being more effective. I think my guess is there are less technical issues there, okay, than with the bunker sound.
Mechanics, yeah. Right.
Yes, the mechanics. That's why we recommend that if you're going to do audio golf, of course, we'd like to have everybody, but we find it more effective if you're a good amateur, okay, or a good player. And this then there are less technical issues, mechanical issues, okay, and just working on rhythm and tempo to get it, consistent. So that's why we find that very effective. But even good beginners can start with putting, and they will benefit too as well.
What if a person is not, I don't want to say musically inclined, but rhythmically inclined? Yes. Meaning, you'll see people out on the dance floor who don't have a clue of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you'll see people clapping at a concert who just like, what are you listening to? This is how did you get your hands to do that far off? What happens to people like that who have that kind of a challenge?
Well, again, what happens is I've been in the 7 years I've been doing these courses. Mm-hmm. I've only sent one person home in the middle of a lesson. For example,
I need to know more about that.
What?
Why'd you send them home?
Well, because we were giving in sound patterns. I was giving a sound pattern. He just couldn't implement it. Mm-hmm. Okay. For example, I'm going to ask you, Fred, to clap your hands together and say "ka" simultaneous, like "ka."
Ka.
Okay. So this guy, okay, he couldn't do it. He would do "ka." No. Together. "Ka." No. You have to say "ka" earlier. Oh, of course, I get it. "Ka." Okay.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was just that off. Okay. And I said, if you can't even do that, I won't take your money.
Yeah, okay? Please go home.
Exactly.
Okay. So anybody who's listening right now, if you're listening right now, if you can ka with us, if you can ka with us, then keep listening. So, cause now I want to get into the details of, we're at audio.golf is the website. And Audio Golf is the app, and it's available for both iOS and Android, correct?
There's no app, Fred. There's no app.
Oh, it's okay. It's just it's all done on the website.
Yes. We're also audio.golf Instagram. You can find us there too. But there's no app yet.
Okay. So, but on Instagram, it's not the program. It's just showcasing what it is.
Exactly.
So to get the program...
Yes.
It's all at audio.golf.
Yes.
What are the costs and what do you receive?
Well, we have several courses there online now. Mm-hmm. I think putting, driver, I don't know, all of them from memory right now. And they're all available for $99. You get all these courses, 3 sounds, but it's not just the sound pattern. There is a system behind it, and you get the instructions, you get the drills, you have common mistakes are addressed, mm-hmm. and anybody who has having difficulty can write to us, and you'll get support.
So there's follow up with it as well.
There's a follow up for everybody,
okay? And the $99 is a one-time fee.
It's a one-time fee for one course.
Okay.
for one course. And if you do the 2 tests that are online on the website, and you decide you want to try the intro course, the first, we have a special offer right now for $29. That's a normal, regular, medium pot course. Has everything else that all the other courses have as well. And this course comes with 100% money back guarantee. Okay. This specific course, this intro course, comes with a money back guarantee. So basically, if you do the first 2 tests and you say, hey, this could work for me, and you find you purchase the $29 course and you're disappointed, no problems. Okay. We want to make the threshold as low as possible. And then with the so-called online trainings, okay, if you come in and book a 15-minute lesson with me, okay, again, this is completely different than from any golf lesson you've probably ever had. Okay, it's only 15 minutes. And we guarantee you here 100% money back guarantee. I solve the problem in 15 minutes. Okay, I'll find a solution for your problem. You'll get a sound, an audio loop. Okay. I'll record for you, I'll send it to you. Also follow up for 30 days. And you get also all the, frequently asked questions. And and like I said, it's very, very effective. All the other courses are $99. And the one-on-one session online is $125 for 15 minutes.
Okay.
I know people say this is insane. $125 for 15 minutes. Yes, but like I said, if I don't fix the problem, we'll send you your money back.
Okay.
And by the way, Fred, I've always solved the problem. That's how sure we are about this.
All right. So it's definitely worth it. Unless, of course, you can't dance. If you can't dance, don't try it because it's Well, this has been fascinating. I really appreciate your time, Chai. And I just love how you got here. And it just proves to me once again that you don't have to be an instructor in golf to give good golf instruction. And I think that's what we've been trying to do here for 20 years on Golf Smarter.
Yes, I live that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great talking to you and best of luck with the program.
Thanks, friend. It was great to be here. Take care.